Howdy folks, it is Diecast Buffet here again. Kyle Larson wins in the closest NASCAR finish ever. Holy cow, Kansas is one of the best racetracks in motorsports. What a race. I mean, it had everything we could pretty much want. A little bit of controversy, a photo finish, weather delays, tire pit strategy, fuel conservation. I mean, lead changes. Insane stuff. I'm telling you, Kansas always delivers. Holy cow, man. I can almost guarantee you they're going to be offering the Race to Win diecast for this. I wouldn't even be surprised they offer a 2-pack set with Chris Buescher in this photo finish. So if you want to go ahead and pre-order Larson one, I don't know if they'll do the 2-pack thing. They should, because that's good marketing. You can pre-order those at Circle B Diecast. Make sure you use promo code DiecastBuffet, and you will save on shipping any orders $30 or more. We got a lot of cool stuff to talk about in today's post-race recap stuff. Holy cow, man. I'm telling you, I've been looking forward to Kansas for months, because every single time they race here, it delivers. For the first time in years, since I think 2020, we got a nighttime Kansas race. And I was a little bit apprehensive about the possibility of having a nighttime Kansas race because I didn't know how the next-gen car would race. And what's funny about it is it raced a little bit more clean, if you will, during the daytime. And once the nighttime came, it just seemed like they started having a whole lot more cautions. I miss nighttime 1.5 mile racing. I hope they make one of the Kansas races a nighttime race every year. So I'm very thankful they at least had some weather delays to push it into nighttime, because apparently having nighttime races is frowned upon in the modern day Cup Series. But anyways, fantastic racing. The whole first stage or two, it was pretty clean. But the battle between Larson and Ross Chastain, for like 30 laps, they were running side by side, just trading the lead. I mean, one car would pass, another lap, the other car would pass. When I say that 1.5 mile racing is like, to use a wrestling term, it is over with the fans, this is exactly why. It is the best 1.5 mile racing we have seen in possibly 15 plus years. I can never imagine a car that could run this good side by side. The Gen 4s, they could run side by side, but one of them would eventually slip and get loose. This next gen car, it is built for high speed side by side racing, i.e., 1.5 mile. I'm telling you, man, if they were to put 3 Kansas races on the schedule, I'd be okay with it. I could care less. Let's do a double header. Let's have one in the summer, one in the playoffs, and one in the spring. I could care less. This is the best quality of racing. And guess what? You're going to see more of it at Charlotte. You're going to see it again in the fall. This is 1.5 miles. They need to be on the schedule. If you saw the post-race interview with Kyle Larson, he kind of threw some shade at, the whole scheduling thing. And he said, we need to have more 1.5 miles on the schedule. He's absolutely right. And if you've been watching my channel, you would know I have been a huge proponent of that as well. I've been saying for months and months, get more 1.5 miles on the schedule. This is why I'm the closest NASCAR finish ever. Not only just outside of that, the quality of racing was fantastic. You go to Richmond, it's a snooze fest. Everyone's unhappy. The comment section, they're making fun of the whole race. They're making fun of the whole broadcast. There's nothing interesting. You go to Kansas, they're going to be talking about this all week like crazy on all the NASCAR media outlets. So get more 1.5 mile racing. There's a perfectly good track in Chicagoland, Illinois, Joliet, Illinois. I think that's the official place for it. Get that on the schedule. Put 2 races there. I could care less. 1.5 miles, I'm telling you, are over with the fans. It blows my mind. It blows my mind that we have 2 races at Phoenix, 2 races at Richmond, New Hampshire, Gateway. This is the style racing that is... Look at the ratings. Go look at all the comment sections after this race, and you're going to see a lot of positive feedback. There's a reason why. This is what this car is built for. It races way too good at the road courses and the short tracks, and it doesn't deliver. It's a boring show. But when you go to these super fast racetracks, you could run side by side. You could be 3 and 4 wide on the restarts, and not slip and wreck every single time. You could be very aggressive. You know, there's always this discussion in the NASCAR like communities about how to fix the short tracks, how to fix all this stuff. I think one solution that a lot of people haven't looked at, getting rid of them off the schedule. I know, blah, 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 they've been racing there for 1,000 years or something. Look how good the racing is at these 1.5 miles. I'm telling you, if they would have, I don't know, get rid of, half the short track races on the schedule and replace them with 1.5 miles, watch the rating skyrocket. It produces storylines. It produces fantastic racing. The fans love it. I'm just saying, man, there's no reason Pocono should have only one race date. There's no reason why Chicagoland should be vacant. There's no reason. Great racing is great racing. You got to do what's best for the car. This is the type of racing fans go crazy for. And it's not just me saying this. Go look at the other media outlets. Go look at the comment sections. You'll see so much more positivity after one of these 1.5 mile shows than you ever will seeing Phoenix, New Hampshire, Gateway, Martinsville, Richmond, whatever, slow, flat tracks. Keeping it real. Road courses and short tracks to me in the Cup Series, they could get rid of them for all I care. I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. I love it in the Xfinity and Truck Series and ARCA Series, but for the Cup Series, get rid of it. I could care less. It's like college football. College football has made a gargantuan amount of changes to their sport the past year. Conference realignment, playoff system, the NIL and all that type of stuff. A lot of people don't like that because it's change. However, college football, from a lot of people's perspective, was broken. It needed to be fixed. Well, this is the modern solution to it. This is how I see with short tracks as well. If it's broken, it needs a modern solution. Adding more 1.5 miles is the answer, in my opinion. I'm tired of hearing about, oh, let's change this on the short track package. Let's fix this. Let's get a new tire compound. Oh, let's have an option tire at North Wilkesboro. I don't want to be that guy, but keep your expectations very limited for North Wilkesboro. I hope it's a fantastic show. I hope it is the best short track race we've ever seen and the best all-star we've ever seen. The odds are against that, unfortunately. I can't wait for the Coke 600. Then we got Darlington next weekend. Darlington always puts on a great show. I think May is probably the best month in terms of all the schedule. Kansas, Darlington, Charlotte. I don't include the All-Star race because to me it but those three racetracks with the ARCA, Xfinity, and truck programs to kind of back it up as well, it's fantastic. And then you cap it off with the Indy 500. I think it's the best month of motorsports for IndyCar, with the Indy 500, the NASCAR. But what do y'all think? Comment down below. I respect everyone's opinions on the channel. What a fantastic race, man. I love these 1.5 miles. That's going to be the drinking word, is 1.5 miles, because it's just, the racing is so good. Like, I cannot remember the last time I watched a next-gen 1.5 mile and was disappointed. I legitimately cannot remember. I remember watching the first one, Las Vegas, Fontana 2022. Fontana's a 2 mile, but it's in the same ballpark. High-speed, non-restrictor plate track. And been disappointed. So, I wish they would, for the 2025 schedule, they would just pull back a lot of these boring road courses and short tracks, send them to the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series where they actually run really good, and just load up on the Kansases, the Texases, the whatever, these type of racetracks. It works. Just keeping it real. Thank y'all for watching. Have a blessed one, everybody. Wow, that was freaking awesome seeing Larson win. That was pretty cool. It sucks for Chris Buescher, because if he would have won this, that would have locked him into the playoffs, and that would have kicked someone else out of the playoffs. And it's not a guarantee he's going to make it, right? We see all kinds of controversy every year regarding the playoff bubble. But man, I tell you what, it is going to be interesting to see how this whole playoff thing shakes out, because Hamlin, with Joe Gibbs Racing, and then you got Hendrick Motorsports with Kyle Larson. The two big teams keep going at each other, and Ford is still winless. That'll change eventually, but it's really interesting. I cannot remember The last time a manufacturer was ever this deep into a season winless, I believe in all three of the National Series, Trucks, Xfinity Cup. So a lot of interesting things. Thank you all for watching. Have a blessed one. Diecast Buffet signing off.